Welcome to SPAMtember. Yes, this month is September, and every Monday through Friday will be featured a new recipe using Spam, because September is Preparedness Month and Spam is the prepper's meat of choice. Now, all the channels participating, I have the link down below and the posting schedule, so you have no excuse to miss a SPAMtember recipe. And remember, be sure to comment on each video, because then you might win a handy dandy Spam slicer. One random comment will be picked from a random video, and the lucky winner will get one of these, which really, this is great when you're using Spam or any kind of luncheon meat. But today, we're gonna make something for breakfast, and it's called Spam breakfast bombs. Look at, you see the inside? Doesn't that look good? It's got mapleized Spam in it, onions, scrambled egg, and cheese. I mean, it's really, really good. Let me show you how easy this is to make, and I love how great. You can change up this recipe however you want. Of course, you have to use Spam, right? But if your family doesn't like onions, don't use onions. Or maybe you prefer green onions. Or maybe you prefer it with a little hot sauce, because that's how you have your scrambled eggs. Or maybe you want a little heat, some jalapenos in it. However you want it, make it. That's the magic of this recipe. Let's open our Spam can. Place our Spam right here. Line it up. Now we're just going to go over it. This Spam cutter works so nice. There you go. Now take it up like this. Here, and we're going to cut it the other way. And probably if you're really clever, you could turn it around and even dice it up the other way. But I'm not, so we are going to put this here. And then we just have to cut, turn around like this. Oh, well, I screwed part of it up here. Anyway, we're just going to dice it up. It really cuts through easy. There's no problem cutting through. So we'll be back. We need 1.5 cups of dices. So here we have 1.5 cups of our Spam, and there's this much left over. Will be great for an omelet. And then we have a heaping 1/2 cup of diced up onions. And if you don't like onions, don't include them. Maybe you like your stuff spicy, then you might want to put in some diced green chilies or more veggies. It's entirely up to you how you make this. Oh, but one thing, you gotta include Spam. And then we've got 2 eggs. 1. 2. And you're going to want to we're just going to pour some milk in, you know, like we're making some scrambled eggs. And we're going to add a little pepper. And just a little salt. Remember, Spam is salty. Okay. I think it's maybe just slightly more milk for this recipe. There we go. And you're going to need cheese. Whatever cheese you like. Here I have finely cut sharp cheddar. And I'm going to be using a little bit of maple syrup, and I'll show you how. But again, that is totally optional. And of course, unless you make your own biscuits, we are using Pillsbury Grands, 8 big biscuits for this recipe. And this recipe will make 16 breakfast bombs. So let's get cooking. Now you want to warm up some butter or fat in your pan. I'm just using some bacon grease. Give a little extra flavor, right? Okay, we'll melt this in the pan. Cook up our onions a bit. And we're going to get these started cooking because these take a little longer. Is it really good? And we're going to add the Spam. Now we just want the onions to become soft and the Spam to become brown. Well, a little brown anyway. So we'll be back. And you can see it's starting to get a little brown in spots, but we're not done yet. Now again, completely optional, but I am going to drizzle just a little bit of this maple syrup. Give it more of a breakfast flavor. Cook a little bit longer. Well, that's pretty good. Now we're going to add the egg. And you're kind of scrambling it up. Just want to mix it through with the meat. And you're not going to want to get this real firm. You want it soft. But yeah, you gotta cook it. Almost there. I think that's pretty good. Turn it off and let it cool for 5 minutes. Now we need to open our can here. See if I can get it up. There we go. Okay. Now let's take out 2 of them. Start. What you're going to want to do is get these in half. So you just kind of pry them back. Okay. Try to make them as equal as possible. And then you got 2 halves. And you're going to be flattening these halves. Of course you can use a rolling pin, but I think the palm of your hand works just as well for this. Just want to make sure they're pretty flat. Okay, we'll do one more. It's kind of an area where you can see where it separates. Okay. Again, flatten it out. Now you're going to want to take, about a heaping tablespoon. Put it right here in the middle. Oh, I think we can have a little bit more, right? Then you're going to put a little of your cheese on top. And this is the fun part. You stretch the sides. So stretch them and up. Stretch it and up. Stretch this one. See, it's going to try to escape. Stretch it and up. And then you do the same with the little sides there until you got a little pouch. See? Yep. Looking nice. We'll do one more here. And put our cheese on top. And again, we're going to stretch from the sides here. Stretch them out. Stretch them up. From the back, stretch out. Tuck in. Okay. Over. Up with the side. It's a little bit of a technique, but it goes pretty quick once you get the hang of it. And we'll be back when we have all of these done. Now you might wonder how much I had left over. Not really that much. And maybe some of them I could have stuffed a little bit more, but you know what? This is really good. Just munching on it. Really, really good. Okay, here they are. And we got one more step. Again, completely optional, but we're gonna give them a little egg wash. So I've got an egg in here and a little water and you could use just the white of the egg too. So now we're just going to take this and this will help them get nice and brown, maybe a little crispier, and they'll be so, so good. And I just love how easy these freeze up and then reheat in the air fryer or in your oven, whichever you want to use. I suppose you could use your microwave, but I don't know. I don't think you get it as crispy then. Well, you could also top this with some butter or maybe even garlic butter. That would be good too. Or herbed butter. You know, it's whatever you want. Maybe you don't want to waste a whole egg here. I'm just going to give the rest of the eggs to the cats. There they go. Now we're going to pop them in the oven for anywhere between 11 and 15 minutes. I found this book in the thrift store. It's Spam a biography. I mean, how many luncheon meats or any meat products or food products, for instance, have their own biography? And I thought that I would feature snippets from this in each of my videos. So today, let's talk about the origin of the Spam name. Well, legend has it that Kenneth Dagenau, the visiting brother of Hormel's vice president and an actor and comedian, suggested the name at Hormel's New Year's party. There are two lines of thought. Was it because it's spicy ham or shoulder of pork and ham? Well, the company says spicy ham now. And in fact, do you remember that Trivial Pursuit game in the 80s? It was so popular. Well, it even had a question about Spam. What two words did the meat product Spam take its name from? If you're ever playing that, it's spicy ham. Now, the birth date of Spam is considered to be the date it was trademarked, which is May 11th, 1937. So, hey, Spam is 86 years old. And how about for ingredients? Well, it really only has 6 ingredients. A mixture of pork and ham meat, salt, water, potato, starch, sugar, and sodium nitrate. And sodium nitrate is a food preservative like you'd find in bacon or hot dogs. Now, the potato starch was added in the 1990s. Otherwise, the recipe has remained exactly the same throughout the years. Well, I hope you enjoyed these little Spam facts. And now it's time to take those breakfast bombs out of the oven. Okay, here they are out of the oven. They browned up nice. Now we're going to let them cool a minute before we do our taste test. Let's cut it in half so you can see it. Still a bit hot. There you have it. Nice and flaky. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Let's do our taste test. Taste test time. Let's bite it. Taste the onion, an egg, and glorious Spam. These are so good. I mean, these are like a breakfast hot pocket, but much, much better. Well, I hope you'll make some Spam breakfast bombs. They really, really are good. Your whole family will enjoy them. And what I love is I can freeze them and then reheat them in a quick morning breakfast. So I froze these for a couple hours in the freezer. Then I just seal them in my food saver. So then I just label them and I put them in the freezer. And I just open the bag, take out what I want, and then reseal. And these are just great to be warmed up in the air fryer. So you just put them in your air fryer. And then you want to set your air fryer to 350. And put them in for anywhere between 5 and 7. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. 5 and 7 minutes. We'll try them at 5. That's it. And remember, I hope you're watching all the SPAMtember recipes. They're offered Monday through Friday, all through September. And comment on each one, and your comment might be picked randomly, and you win. Yep. Handy dandy Spam cutter. And of course, it can cut other things too. But I have to admit, I usually use it for Spam. And if you'd like to view past SPAMtember recipes, I have the links down below for 2001, 2022. And in fact, here's the 2022 playlist.